Across the American South, an unseen battle unfolds each night, not between predators and prey, but between farmers and one of the nation's most adaptable animals. Millions of wild boars now roam freely, reshaping landscapes, consuming crops, and testing the limits of modern wildlife management. Their intelligence, resilience, and rapid reproduction have turned them into a challenge no single solution can fix. In this documentary, we explore how communities, conservationists, and farmers work together to restore balance to the land. What does it really take to manage an unstoppable species and protect the future of America's farmlands? If you're passionate about understanding how America deals with its wildest challenges, make sure to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more real stories from the field. Wild boars are not newcomers to American soil. They were first introduced centuries ago, but through time and adaptation, they've evolved into one of the most resilient invasive species in the country. In many rural communities, these animals now outnumber deer and small game combined. With sharp intelligence and powerful bodies, they navigate forests, rivers, and even urban edges, thriving in almost any environment. A single female can produce multiple litters per year, meaning even a small group can grow into hundreds within a short time. For farmers, the effects are devastating. Fields of corn, wheat, and peanuts can be uprooted overnight, irrigation lines destroyed, and young livestock at risk. The financial toll runs into billions annually. But beyond economics, the ecological impact is even more concerning. Wild boars compete with native wildlife for food, disturb wetlands, and damage fragile ecosystems that have taken centuries to form. They dig deep into the soil, eroding land and spreading invasive plants, reshaping entire habitats to tackle this issue. Land managers have developed a range of strategies that balance both control and conservation. In states like Texas, Georgia, and Florida, wildlife biologists work alongside farmers to monitor herd movements using aerial surveys and tracking devices. Specialized teams use traps designed to capture entire sounders, family groups of boars, reducing populations efficiently and humanely. The goal isn't destruction, but regulation. By managing numbers responsibly, the ecosystem is given room to recover, and native species can thrive again in some regions. Controlled hunting also plays a part in management efforts. Trained professionals and licensed hunters participate in scheduled operations under state supervision. Every participant is required to complete safety and ethics courses, understanding not just how to hunt, but why management is necessary. It's a process grounded in respect for nature, where every decision is made with ecological balance in mind. For many, it's not about sport, but stewardship, a shared responsibility to protect farmland and wildlife alike. Across the American South, this challenge extends beyond just wild boars. Other species, like invasive reptiles and predatory alligators in certain zones, also require attention. Wildlife control teams use advanced technology, from GPS tracking to thermal drones, to study movement patterns and predict breeding cycles. This data-driven approach allows for timely interventions without disrupting the natural rhythm of the ecosystem. Modern conservation is as much about science as it is about fieldwork. If you're enjoying this deep dive into how wildlife is managed across the U.S., don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to stay updated with more stories from real conservation teams and farming communities. For the people working on the land, this isn't an occasional concern, it's a daily part of life. Farmers wake before dawn to inspect fences, check trail cameras, and set up deterrent systems that use scent or sound to redirect wildlife. Some have adapted their entire operations to coexist with nature, creating buffer zones between crops and forest edges, or planting cover vegetation that draws animals away from vital farmland. The goal isn't to remove wildlife from the landscape, but to create Balance, a sustainable relationship between human activity and the natural world that surrounds it. The American wild boar problem is a story of resilience, both animal and human. These creatures are intelligent survivors, adapting to nearly every condition they face. Yet the people managing them are equally determined, guided by experience, science, and respect for the land. From the rolling hills of Texas to the wetlands of Louisiana, every effort represents a continuing dialogue between humanity and the wild. The results of population management are beginning to show. In areas where trapping and monitoring have been consistent, native species like deer, quail, and ground nesting birds are returning. Forest regeneration has improved, and farmland loss has slowed. It's a sign that when conservation and management work together, even the toughest ecological challenges can be addressed effectively. Still, experts warn that the battle is far from over. With more than 6 million wild boars spread across over 30 states, complete eradication isn't realistic. Instead, the focus remains on keeping populations below damaging levels. Education and community involvement are essential, from hunters trained in ethical practices to farmers sharing data on movement patterns. This cooperation ensures that solutions evolve as quickly as the animals themselves. Every controlled action taken in the field reflects an understanding that life in the wild must be respected, not feared. Nature's balance depends on active stewardship, and that responsibility falls on all of us. From policymakers and researchers to everyday people who care about the future of the land. As the sun sets over the open plains, the quiet hum of rural America returns. The fields rest, the forests breathe, and somewhere in the distance, a small herd of boars moves silently through the brush, a reminder that nature never truly sleeps. Managing it is not about conquest, but coexistence. Ensuring both human progress and wildlife survival can share the same ground. If you believe in responsible conservation and want to support content that sheds light on the real challenges facing our environment, please like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us bring more powerful stories about wildlife, farming, and the people working tirelessly to protect both.